What we do here is go back.
How's it going, everyone, and welcome to episode 26 of the Lost Media podcast. Yeah, it's me again, your old Cancer Crew researcher, Pest, the guy who makes these podcasts about the Cancer Crew. But I've got more information about the Cancer Crew to reveal today and more lost media from this amazing era of YouTube history and this amazing foursome, you could call them. Yeah, it's not a trio, it's a foursome. Maybe a fivesome because of How To Basic as well behind the camera, throwing eggs and going this is the Cancer Crew's lost live streams. I don't know how many of them there were. I don't know how many hours of lost footage there are, but I do know that there's several clips of their live streams that have been uploaded, and I'm going to talk about those. I've got them up here, all the names of them, and I'm going to talk about what happens in them because I have seen all of them recently. And this is a big rabbit hole to talk about because there's so much conjecture. It's an interesting way of pronouncing that. I don't think conjecture surrounding the Cancer Crew's live streams from back in the day. I never saw these when they went to air. I think you had to be following Max Mofo's Twitter and all of their Twitters actually to get notifications about them going live and when they were all going to go live. And I think this was 2016 actually. I don't think this was 2017, but you guys can correct me in the comments. It might have actually been 2017. It might have been after their last videos were recorded, just so they could say that they keep doing stuff. Joji is only voice, George Miller, and iDubbbz and Chad and Max are in the same room, all on camera, live to air. Really, really cool and obscure aspect of the Cancer Crew's history for mine, because this is the lesser remembered part of the Cancer Crew. Of course, all their videos, very famous. Their lost videos I've already talked about on this podcast. Really, really well-known aspects of the Cancer Crew. But their live streams are very bizarre, and I'm going to talk about what has been found, and I'm going to also have a guesstimate of how many live streams and how many hours of footage there could be, and also where you could find these and how they could go from being lost to being re-uploaded in full. But I doubt it because it looks as though the channel that has uploaded the clips doesn't have the full live streams, which would suck, but that's how it is, unfortunately. We'll see how we go. So the live streams as they are, there is one of the clips, the first clip I'm going to talk about is iDubbbz roasting Leafy live. They're all playing behind me. They're probably not going to be in order of me talking about them. I apologize for that. This is a podcast, sadly, so I'm more focused on the audio and talking about everything properly than what's playing behind me. But iDubbbz roasting Leafy live is a prelude to the Content Cop. Don't think the Content Cop had been released yet. In fact, I'm almost sure it hadn't. So this would be 2016 and not 2017. Early 2016, these live streams, I would guess. He basically just brings up pictures on the screen of people who have weak chins and then shows Leafy. People who have no chins, basically. And then he compares it to a photo of Leafy, like the perfect photo of Leafy with no chin. And it wasn't a photo he included in his Content Cop, which is a shame, which would have been really good as an example of comparing these photos to Leafy. This is actually a better example of the no chin meme than the example he showed in the actual video that went very super viral, the Content Cop on Leafy. And they're all basically just laughing their asses off. Frank's voice in the background, of course, laughing his ass off, and all the boys at this whole meme. There's a great bit at the end of this clip where Chad says something about Leafy and they're just like, dude! It's just funny. I love this shit. This is the shit I live for. It's a shit a lot of people live for because there's a lot of old Cancer Crew fans that would love to watch more of these live streams. But another clip is Filthy Frank telling a gay joke. They had basically a wheel Max would spin. It was more like a roulette wheel, and whatever number it lands on is whatever joke or whatever thing has to happen in the live stream. And this looked gross, man. The second camera on this, there's like milk bits spilt on this. It's just on there. Ugh. That house that Max lived in, it was disgusting. Nothing was ever cleaned. Ugh. He tells a gay joke that is actually quite funny on the stream, and everyone's just like, and Max at the end's just like, there you go, person who donated $30. I hope that was worth it. That's all there is to that. There's also one with iDubbbz talking about a very awkward marry kill he did with Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, and Chuck Norris. And he said he's going to kill Arnold Schwarzenegger, but he said he'll kill the... I can't say it on stream, on this podcast, but he'll kill the Arnold Schwarzenegger. And he said that's what he said. The last part of his name, obviously trying to be controversial, saying the N-word. Guys, I almost said the N-word on my podcast. This is ridiculous. That was kind of funny, that clip. Obviously a representation of iDubbbz's humor style back in the day, and how the Cancer Crew, especially iDubbbz, could get away with whatever they wanted back in 2016. I'm pretty sure these were live streamed on Twitch, by the way, guys. I don't think these were live streamed to YouTube, but maybe they were. You can correct me if you guys know. There's another clip where Filthy Frank talks about Joji vlogs. And he basically explains, I didn't have enough time for this and it didn't really fit my channel. And he's kind of put into a corner a bit. Like, he awkwardly tries to explain why he doesn't want his real self on camera, but doesn't actually say that. And he's kind of a bit stumped with how he explains why Joji vlogs isn't a thing on stream. I definitely picked up on a lot of awkward moments with George not sounding like he didn't want to be there, but sounding like he wasn't really fitting in with the dynamic. And I think that explains a lot of why these guys abruptly... Oh, look, that's a bit of a rich statement for me to make. Roast me in the comments for that. But, I think it explains a lot of how George stopped working as frequently with iDubbbz and Max when Max went to the US. But that might be, again, guys, roast me in the comments. But he definitely seems like it's a bit of an awkward sort of scenario for him in the streams. But read into that what you want from watching the clips. Max is definitely a bit much at times. But, Max is Max. He's just doing his thing. But iDubbbz is so funny in these streams, honestly. It made me realize that no matter what happens with iDubbbz and all the controversies he could create in the future, simp stuff and all that jazz, that jizz, he's still remembered as a very funny entertainer. Probably a massive wasted talent, though, in my opinion. There's another one where Joji tweets horrible shit live, and it's just a dog and him writing something about a photo of a dog smoking a cigar or a cigarette. Very, very funny. That clip is great. It's just stupid shit, but we love it. iDubbbz Jacksepticeye impression live. This is very good. This is just another example of how talented iDubbbz was. And more clips. I think there's only a few left. I might even have to scroll down. God, don't tell me I have to scroll down to the bottom of this playlist. I do. It's a shocker. The last one is Max Mofo roasting Matthew Santoro live, and he basically burns that bridge he had with Matthew Santoro. I think they got along well, and then he just sends, "Fuck you, plagiarism bastard," on a tweet. That's all there is to it with the stream highlights and the clips that has been uploaded by the YouTube channel The Filth. If you manage to find a contact with The Filth, do not harass him, please. Please do not go to The Filth en masse. This is a fan of Filthy Frank that has preserved a lot of, I guess, obscure bits and pieces that otherwise would be lost to time. So The Filth has done a great job, this YouTube channel, of preserving all these stream highlights. I'm probably going to contact him maybe sometime soon to ask if he has recorded the entire streams. I left a comment from his top comment on one of the stream highlights asking if he's preserved the stream highlights. I'd love to look at that now. I'll look at it soon and see what he said about that. But I'll write a comment in the comments to say what he said if he replied to me. But I doubt he did. I think this channel is completely inactive. I don't think he uses this account anymore or checks it very often. The last upload was 4 years ago, and then the one before that was 6 years ago. So basically just a fan-made account to preserve bits and pieces of the Cancer Crew. So the Cancer Crew's live streams in their entirety. If anyone is watching this and you screen recorded an entire live stream, please upload it as an unlisted video and put it in the comments. they're all lost in their entirety, obviously. The biggest point I should make about live streams is most of them are lost from different YouTubers. It's very rare that they actually get preserved. I'm going to maybe make a video about anything for views, live streams being lost. But there's almost no point because a live stream is something that very rarely is saved to a YouTuber's YouTube channel. Only smaller YouTubers save their live streams. And bigger creators tend not to preserve that stuff. So you have to either be screen recording it when you're watching it, or actually, yeah, that's it. So to have these clips is actually a very cool thing. I think this is it's a very unique perspective of another side of the Cancer Crew and another piece of their history of making videos and doing different things that I completely forgot about, that completely went over my head. This is the most obscure Cancer Crew media, in my opinion, because I just keep forgetting that this existed. Anyway, guys, if you know any other Cancer Crew obscure stuff, I'm pretty sure this is the last thing. This could be the last video I make about the Cancer Crew. But if there's updates, what was that noise I made? If there's updates to old videos that are being released or more clips being released of old things, then I'll talk about the Cancer Crew. Or if I figure out more things that they did that are potentially lost like this, I'm just making weird noises in the mic. I'm sorry, guys. I will talk about that. I've done a lot of talking, so I think my mouth is just destroyed. I'll upload more stuff if it's relevant, is what I'm saying. Only if it's relevant. I'm not just going to spam YouTube with Cancer Crew stuff. As you can see, this really needs to end. My brain is hurting of all the stuff I'm trying to remember for these last 2 videos. Today was a tough day of recording. Please subscribe to the channel, guys. Please subscribe to the Lost Media podcast. I am talking a lot about YouTuber lost media and all sorts of interesting lost media. It's all sorts of stuff that's for fans of the Cancer Crew as well. If you don't like it, that's okay. Like the video as well. And comment whatever the hell you want. Tell me I'm wrong about certain things. Correct me about certain things. Add more information about the Cancer Crew's live streams or things you may have remembered from the live streams that I haven't talked about today that haven't been posted or preserved by this YouTube channel. The Filth. Do not harass the Filth. I don't think there's even a way of contacting him anyway. And remember to follow this channel and I don't even know what I'm doing right now. The end, guys. Goodbye.